Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. As you can see, Facecam is back. I thought it's the international break, let's do a big video really basically discussing what I think is one of the most important and relevant topics right now at Barcelona, and it is the future of Ronald Koeman. I think obviously it's what everyone's talking about. It's Laporta's decision right now to keep Koeman at the club, but in today's video guys we're going to be discussing everything surrounding it. You know, should Laporta be keeping him? Should Koeman go? If he does go, who would come in? And what is the entire situation? Because I think there are a lot of avenues we can actually explore here, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say too. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video. It should be a really interesting one. Laporta doesn't trust Koeman, but still refuses to sack him, mainly because he hasn't found a replacement. But let's get started. I think it's good always in these videos to start with the facts of the situation, guys. Right now, of course, Koeman still is the first team coach. He, of course, was brought in by Jose Maria Bartomeu last summer. I think, let's say straight up right now, Koeman, in my opinion, is massively struggling. He looks really out of his depth right now. And I think right now, to be honest, to me at least, it seems pretty absurd that Koeman is continuing as the coach. I think we see it under every video that I release here on Barca Universal, guys. The comments are all the same, really. Koeman has to go, you know, Koeman out. And it's the same on social media, really, and I'm sure the consensus is pretty large, really, between the Barcelona fan base. There's no real trust in the coach. And I just honestly feel as if right now Koeman can't really cope right now with this group of players, with this difficult situation Barcelona are in. I feel as if he's really struggling. I do feel as if he has done a really valuable job at Barcelona, and that is why it would almost be great for me if he left, you know, sooner rather than later before this gets any worse, really, because, well, I think in that first season, you know, I've got a lot of respect for him. I honestly feel as if he improved the team. We were in a difficult situation then after the 8-2 defeat to Bayern Munich and whatnot, and I think he came in, you know, he rejuvenated spirits, he brought through a lot of young players, which in my opinion, I don't think will ever really be forgotten. But as I say, I feel like right now it's just gone too far, and after everything that's happened, guys, with him being openly outed in the press and by President Laporta and the results on the pitch and the football we're playing, I think he may have even lost the dressing room too. It just seems too far gone now. And what is so strange about this, guy, is that really, you know, President Laporta completely agrees. Even last summer, Laporta, after we lost the league in a really bad way there, you know, losing to Granada and then the draw to Atletico and then losing, you know, to Celta and drawing to Levante, you know, we completely messed it up in the last weeks, really, guys, when it looked like we were going to be able to do it. And after that, as I say, guys, Laporta was there openly looking for a replacement for Koeman. He was looking for a new coach to take the control of the team in June or July, lead the pre-season and lead this season. Laporta couldn't find one, and after putting Koeman on hold for 2 or 3 weeks, which has been well documented as we've seen, guys, and that didn't go down well with Koeman, fair enough really, Laporta then went back to Koeman and said, you know what, we trust you, we're going to keep you for this season, you've done a good enough job, and we're going to ratify you for this season. I think that way of doing things as a whole isn't ideal. I really don't. I feel as if that doesn't put any trust in the coach. It doesn't also relay a good message to the players either. And the fact that Laporta has essentially gone and done that again, you know, just a few days ago, doesn't really sit right with me either, to be honest. Because again, guys, you know, we're in a really bad spot. We're losing games. We're not playing well. And again, Laporta has every right to want to get rid of Koeman. And he, again, has gone out in the press. Koeman has been, you know, absolutely ravaged by the media, and perhaps rightly so. But the fact of the matter is, guys, you know, Laporta and the board, they've almost agreed that Koeman should be going, but again, haven't been able to find a replacement. And again, guys, they've come back to Koeman and said, you're going to stay, you know, you deserve a margin of space, they're going to ratify you. And that, for me, I just can't really understand, and I think you guys will agree with that too. It's not the sort of strong leadership we expected from Laporta when he came back in March. And as I say, I think, you know, it's happened twice now, maybe even 3 times, this whole, you know, process of, look, we're looking for a new coach, we're going to try and bring someone in, Koeman is not the guy we trust, you know, loads of leaks to the press and whatnot, it turns the dressing room against Koeman, it brings this atmosphere about the club that everyone's thinking, oh, is he going, is he staying, is this his last game? And then out of nowhere, guys, they can't find a replacement and they go back to Koeman. And I think right now, guys, the relationship is totally strained, and it just means it's almost impossible, really, to focus on the pitch and win matches. And what really irritates me with that, guys, on Laporta's side is the fact that, look, when Laporta was elected president, I know for me, certainly, it was the experience that I was looking for from Laporta. It was the guarantees of knowing how to do things, the actions that would be taken for changing things when they need changing. And certainly, guys, for ensuring that losing actually has consequences. And I think this whole debacle, really, with Koeman just hasn't really felt right to me, and I'm sure to a lot of the fans either. You know, yes, there are financial consequences of sacking Koeman, which we will have to discuss. If we sacked Koeman, we'd have to pay him off. Then we'd have to bring in a replacement who, of course, would also cost some money. But I just really can't get my head around the fact that, look, there has been almost zero trust placed in Koeman from the board, which is fine, like I say, and if he hasn't been doing well enough, which he hasn't been, then okay, you know, get rid of him, which is what Koeman himself said. But I can't get my head around, as I say, the fact that there's been no trust placed in him. He's almost been completely devalued by the board, certainly in the press. It's led on to the dressing room too, in my opinion now, who I think before actually had Koeman's back. And I don't like the way they've done all of that, and then after everything that happened, they've again come back and said, no, you know what, Koeman actually deserves respect. And it's almost like, you know, you are the guys who aren't giving him the respect. You can't then just come back and say, yeah, he needs a margin of time to recover the injured players and to improve the team. I can't get my head around that. And if you are going to go and fully back Koeman, then fair enough, guys. Look, that's fine. I mean, it wouldn't be ideal because, look, I think Koeman right now, in my opinion, should be replaced. I think it's just getting too far. And, look, we could be slipping the season out of our hands here if we don't take actions quickly, in my opinion. But the fact is, guys, if he wants to be backed, then fine. But what you have got to do, guys, is pick one side or the other side. I think people like Jordi Cruyff for sure are on Koeman's side. Apparently, Rafa Yuste, the vice president, is also on Koeman's side. But my point is, you know, don't tear into him in the press in Ronald Koeman. Don't search for replacements and then just go and say, yeah, we're going to ratify you. You know, we're going to keep you for crucial games and say that you deserve a lot of respect. I think that, for me, you know, is just so counterproductive. And I think also, guys, if you look at the team we actually assembled over the summer, and again, we can come back to the financial situation, it wasn't ideal. We did have to make some pretty horrible decisions. We're all absolutely aware of that. But look, the fact is, guys, Laporta said he would build a competitive and a strong team for Barcelona this summer. And look, guys, what Koeman was actually left with by the end of the transfer window, in my opinion at least, was a weak squad. And we are seeing that now. I said it when the transfer window ended, and I stand by it. Koeman could and should be doing more. For me, that is absolutely for sure. And that is why I said earlier, I feel as if we should be looking for a replacement for him as the season is still absolutely alive. But guys, I find it a bit absurd that we almost, you know, broke the team over the summer and then went back to Koeman, someone who, again, the board, again, didn't actually trust, and then said, why aren't you getting results? You know, why are you losing games? I find that really strange. And regarding replacements, guys, I do agree with the board that right now is a really delicate time to bring in any coach. I think waiting to next summer for an elite coach could be the right thing to do. But certainly, whatever decision we make, you know, it's got to be spot on. It really does. I think, you know, you can either start a new project with Xavi, for example, and really put everything into that. You can go for an immediate impact coach like Antonio Conte. Or you can even look at the route of, you know, getting in an interim coach now, someone like Albert Capellas, and then you've got the full project coach next summer in Erik ten Hag, for example. I think all of these things are valid options. So Laporta, you know, he's going to have to make the right call, that is for sure. I will put my trust in him, even though, as I've kind of stated in this video and a few previous videos, I don't feel as if his return to the presidency has been very strong, in my opinion. I think a lot of people would agree with that. I do trust him. I've said that for a long time. I really trusted him in the election campaign, and I don't feel as if everything is his fault. It's a really delicate situation at Barcelona, but I think the fact of the matter is that he did promise a lot, and not a lot of it has happened. And right now, I think the decisions that are being made by the hierarchy of Barcelona, there isn't really many of them that I look at and think, yeah, that's a good call. A lot of it seems very improvised, very last minute, very, you know, nothing planned at all, and that's not good to see. Hopefully soon we get clarity on the coach, because we never get any of that. And like I say, that this constant campaign against Koeman for 2 weeks and then saying we're on his side a week later, that has to stop, because it's just getting out of hand, really, and it's good for absolutely no one. So I'm going to tie up the video there, guys. What was going on between Koeman and Laporta? I hope I explained it all there, and I want to get your thoughts on the situation, guys, because I don't think as if everyone's really acting perfectly here. And I think, you know, during this international break, it was a good time to sit down, really, and discuss it all in detail. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. And of course, guys, as always, leave any of your thoughts and comments down below, because I will be getting back to all of you there so we can have some good discussions in the comments. So I'll see you soon for more videos. Also, leave any video suggestions in the comments, and I'll see if I do any more in the next week or so before the football returns for Barcelona, at least. So yeah, I'll see you guys then, and goodbye.